Hey, what's going on? This is Sarah Lee Day, and you're watching Dubsado Tidbits, the things you need to know about Dubsado delivered in bite-sized pieces. Today we're going to talk about custom mapped fields, and these are really powerful for collecting information from clients that you can then use as a smart field later on in your forms or emails or other places within Dubsado, and they don't have to enter that information again. So let's see how we set that up. From your dashboard, you're going to come up here to the gear icon. And on the left, click Custom Mapped Fields. Now we actually have the option of creating custom fields for clients and then also separate custom fields for projects, and you can see that here. If you set up a custom map field for clients, then that information will be available in their client record, their client profile, which we haven't looked at yet, but it's in the address book. And that information will follow the client no matter if they have one project or multiple projects. It will always be available in the client information. Now, on the other hand, we have project custom mapped fields. And project map fields are fields that will only be available within a specific project. So let's say you do multiple projects for a client and one project has a mapped field for, say, a photo shoot date. Then that field would only apply to that specific project, and any future projects that pull in a similar smart field for a photo shoot date would pull in the custom mapped field information for that project only. Now again, if it's information that needs to be shared across projects for the same client, definitely use the client mapped fields versus project. And then any information that is project specific, use the project mapped field. So to create these, you're going to come in here and just click Create under whichever one that it is that you're wanting to create. Give it a name. This name is going to show up in your Smart Fields drop-down list, so give it something that is going to make sense to you as far as what it is or what it means, what information it's going to pull in. This name is not client-facing, so you don't have to worry about naming it, something that is going to confuse them. So let's just say, for example, on a client mapped field, maybe I want to send them a birthday message on their birthday. So maybe I will collect a birth date in one of my forms. And so I'll just name this birth date. Type. The only type of information that we can collect in a custom mapped field is a short answer or a date. These are just the types of information that we can collect here that can be mapped. We haven't really gotten into the different types of information or different types of fields yet, but just know that we can only pull in short answer information or date information in a custom mapped field. So for birthday, obviously we're going to choose date, and then once we have those two settings in there, we're going to click Save. Now whenever we put a date field in a form and we collect that information, or we can just verbally collect it and enter the information manually, we can map that information into this birth date custom mapped field, and that will show in the client profile in the address book what their birth date is. Now if we wanted to pull that out into an email or pull that out into some other form, we can do that now because it's custom mapped into their profile, and we can pull that out using smart fields. Now the same thing goes for using a short answer. Let's just say that for the client side we wanted to collect some general information about maybe their work schedule. So let's just say client working hours, and that one we're going to do as a short answer because it's not really a date. When we put this into a form, they might type out a sentence or two about what their working hours look like or their days that they are off. So we would just want to make that a short answer field and then save. Now what we can do with this information is, let's say that the client typed into that field off emails on Fridays. Then if we wanted to create reminders for ourselves of communication or a to-do task or whatever, we can actually pull their working hours into a reminder that's emailed to us when we're doing our workflows, so that we kind of have that information at a quick glance. I know this is getting a little bit into the weeds with workflows and reminders and that sort of thing that we haven't talked about yet, but just know that this is an option when we get later on into workflows and strategies and that sort of thing. Now, the same information you can also do at the project level. Again, it's the same thing. You're going to click Create, type in a name, select short answer or date, and hit Save. Whatever mapped fields you create here are going to be available for you to collect information from your clients in forms, and then also turn around and use that information dynamically in emails or other forms that are going to your clients, or other information that is going to go in like to-do tasks and that sort of thing. And that's it for today's tidbit. For more information about receiving updates, requesting future episodes, or getting help with your own Dubsado account, check out the links in the description below this video or visit saraleeday.com. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.